Rangers, you won't believe what's happening. A Rangers star is being tipped to replace an Atletico Madrid player. A £15 million midfield sensation could be ours for a fraction of the price, and a £1 million defender might just be the next James Tavernier. But wait, Calvin Bassey's reaction to a jaw-dropping fake contract offer is absolutely priceless. And Barry Ferguson has just dropped a bombshell about a Rangers player who could be sold for big money. Stay locked in, this could change everything. Rangers are in a fascinating moment, caught between the remnants of the old guard and the promise of a new era under Philippe Clement. The transition is far from straightforward, and every decision feels like it carries the weight of the club's future. One player who has embraced this challenge head-on is Nico Raskin. The Belgian midfield dynamo has transformed into one of the most dominant ball winners in Scotland and arguably in the Europa League. The numbers back it up, with only 2 midfielders across the competition boasting more successful tackles per game than Raskin. His work rate, aggression, and technical ability have made him indispensable in the heart of the Rangers midfield. And now there's talk of Raskin making the leap to the Belgian national team. The 22-year-old dreams of earning his first senior cap, and with Belgium in transition as well, the timing might just be perfect. Axel Witsel, the longtime anchor of the Red Devils midfield, is now 36 years old. Meanwhile, injuries to Albert Sambi Lokonga and Romeo Lavia have left gaps in Belgium's midfield ranks. Despite his outstanding performances in Europe and domestically, where he has already outshone that so-called Belgian at Celtic, Raskin knows the Scottish League doesn't always get the recognition it deserves. Yet when you consider his performances against top-tier opposition like Manchester United, Tottenham and Lyon, it's hard to argue against his inclusion in the national setup. If Raskin were playing in England or a top-5 league, would his Belgium call-up already be a certainty? And more importantly, if he continues this form, how long can Rangers realistically keep hold of him before a major European club comes knocking? Rangers are gearing up for a serious rebuild, and it looks like the focus is finally shifting towards the best homegrown talent Scotland has to offer. After years of wasting money on underperformers, the club's new transfer strategy under Niels Koppen aims to buy low, develop players, and sell high. And one name that keeps coming up is Lennon Miller. The Motherwell starlet is only 18, but has already established himself as one of the most exciting prospects in Scottish football. Some pundits, including Michael Stewart, rate him as a £15 million player, comparing him to youngsters down south who go for eye-watering fees. But because he plays in Scotland, his valuation takes a hit, just like a luxury house in a less fashionable neighborhood. Now, Rangers have a massive decision to make. Motherwell reportedly turned down a £5 million bid for Miller from Belgium's Union Saint-Gilloise, but the expectation is that a bid in the region of £4 million could get the deal done with a sell-on clause included. Alan Hutton reckons the price could go as high as £6 million, but even at that, Rangers would be signing a player with the potential to be worth 2 or 3 times that in the near future. Will Rangers finally get it right in the transfer market, or will they hesitate and watch another Scottish talent slip away, possibly even to Celtic? Rangers have been on the lookout for defensive reinforcements, and one name that keeps popping up is Richard King. The 23-year-old Jamaican centre-back has been catching the eye with his composed defending, impressive passing range, and surprisingly, his ability to strike a dead ball like James Tavernier. With Leon Balogun's future uncertain and Robin Proper yet to prove himself consistently, King's profile fits perfectly into Niels Koppen's transfer strategy: young, talented, and with serious resale value. His technical ability stands out, especially in a team like Rangers that needs defenders who can break the lines against deep-sitting Scottish Premiership sides. King has already proven he can step up against strong opposition, impressing against the USA in the CONCACAF Nations League. His pinpoint distribution, composure under pressure, and intelligence on the ball have drawn praise from experts back home in Jamaica. And then there's his latest moment of magic, a stunning free kick from 25 yards that curled into the top corner. Could he really be Tavernier's heir, not just defensively, but also from set pieces? If Rangers can secure a player of this potential for only £1 million, is it a no-brainer? Or should the club prioritize a more experienced centre-half over another project signing? Calvin Bassey continues to show why Rangers fans hold him in such high regard. From a player signed for a mere development fee to Rangers' record transfer sale, his rise has been nothing short of remarkable. Now at Fulham, he's proving his quality week in, week out in the Premier League, and it's no surprise that bigger clubs might be keeping an eye on him. But Bassey isn't just making headlines for his performances, he's also showing his sharp wit off the pitch. A recent prank by his Nigeria teammate Ola Aina and content creator Kai Sosa saw them try to convince him he was being offered a jaw-dropping £265,000 per week. Bassey's reaction? Do you think I'm dumb? The joke might have backfired, but given his trajectory, that kind of contract might not be so unrealistic in the near future. On the pitch, Bassey just bagged his first goal of the season, scoring the winner against Nottingham Forest. His performances are going from strength to strength, and as he continues to shine in England, Rangers can only look back and wonder, should the club have done more to keep hold of him for longer, or was selling him at his peak the right move? Hamza Igamane's form may have dipped in recent weeks, but let's not lose sight of the bigger picture. Rangers have a serious talent in their squad. This is a player who rattled in 9 goals in 10 Premiership matches, made his mark in Europe with a double against Nice and a strike against Tottenham, and had top clubs like Spurs and Newcastle watching closely in January. Of course, the recent 6-game goal drought has raised questions, but context matters. Igamane has been moved around in 3 different positions, which is bound to affect his consistency in front of goal. Philippe Clement has made it clear that this is part of his development, and while some fans may be frustrated, the long-term benefits could be massive. The Moroccan forward isn't just about goals. His work rate, movement, and overall decision-making are improving with every game. Clement himself believes that in 2 or 3 years, Igamane will be on a whole different level, provided he keeps learning and adapting. Barry Ferguson has been watching closely, and he knows what's coming. Rangers picked up Igamane for a bargain fee of £1,700,000, but Ferguson is convinced the club will eventually make a small fortune when the big bids come rolling in. The question is, how long do Rangers hold on to him? If he rediscovers his scoring touch and continues to develop under Clement, his value could skyrocket. Should Rangers stick to the player trading model and sell Igamane for a huge profit when the time comes? Or is he the kind of player the club should be building around for the future rather than cashing in when the Premier League comes calling? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.